Hey everybody, welcome back to Jonesin'. We are so hungry right now and we were watching Sam the Cooking Guy on YouTube. Love his channel, he has some awesome things and he has a amazing recipe for the best slow cooker barbecue pulled pork sandwich, or he says sandwich. And I just happened to have bought a giant 8-pound pork shoulder butt yesterday, and we saw the video today. Not the butt, it's not the actual butt, it's just called the butt. It doesn't come from the butt. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna do the pressure cooker version, which is what he does. We're gonna do it in the pressure cooker. We're gonna make homemade barbecue sauce. We're gonna make homemade crisp onion straws, and we're gonna make Japanese mayo because we don't have any in the stores where we went at Kroger, and we're gonna make homemade coleslaw. We are, it's like almost 5 o'clock where we're at right now, and we're starving, so we're gonna try and get this done. And it's about the same amount of time as it took him. It's about an hour, so hopefully we'll be eating by 6. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Let's get to Jonesin'. Jonesin'! All right, so first we're gonna have to slice the onions. So we cut the onion in half from top to bottom. Now we're gonna make some slices going along this way. We're gonna get a shot of that. Okay. All right, so we're gonna make them nice and thin. Right? And you wanna see the knife coming through that. I've been a little too thin. You wanna see the knife going through. So we're gonna make them as thin as we can. The reason we're starting with the onions is because they need to marinate in some buttermilk. So what we've got here is a plastic bowl. Got a plastic bowl, and we're gonna break these all up into all their little pieces. Individual pieces. Make sure that they're all gonna get fried separately. I'm gonna break them all up. Just take them all in there and break them all up real good. If you got any little bits of skin on there, you can take the skin off. So you want to have these all broken up into little pieces. And I want to encourage everybody who's watching, if you have kids, to get them in the kitchen. We just made some chicken tacos yesterday that were fantastic. We did homemade tortillas. Did you guys have fun doing that?
Yeah.
Those were pretty, and they were delicious, weren't they?
Yeah.
Some of the best tacos we've ever had, especially with the homemade tortillas. Okay, so now we're gonna add some buttermilk. We've got some buttermilk that we just picked up. Go ahead and take the cap off. Okay, set that down. And we're gonna coat these really well in buttermilk. They have to be in this for probably about an hour, close to an hour. So that's pretty much good there. Now we're gonna cover this and let it marinate for an hour. About a tablespoon of garlic powder here. So start shaking that in there, and I'll show you what it takes as much as we can do. All right, and then add a tablespoon of chili powder. Do a good amount of that chili powder. Yeah, cover it all up. Yeah, cover it all up so you can oh, that's good. It's good. About a tablespoon of mustard. We're gonna do, I think, a half a tablespoon of cumin. Some salt here. We've got sea salt from Trader Joe's. Use that, pour it in there. Not too much. Just start shaking it, but not too much. A little more. A little more. Some good cracked black pepper. I'm big on pepper. Love the pepper. And we'll do 1 tablespoon. All right, so we're gonna mix this all up. So we're gonna cut this 8-pound pork shoulder that I got, and I didn't realize it was bone in. So we're going to pull this big giant bone out, 1/2. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got all of our beautiful, look at that meat. Look at that. Beautiful pork. And we're gonna go ahead and start seasoning it now. Mr. J, you wanna do the honors? So we've got that. So that's our spice mixture after we got all the parts broken up. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna sprinkle. I'm gonna help. We're gonna take some. We're gonna sprinkle it on all the sides. Go ahead, with your hands.
Wait, we didn't put the oil on yet.
We didn't put the oil on. Very good.
The olive oil with the most longest name in the world.
Tunisian organic extra virgin unfiltered chatouille olive oil. All right, now we've got oil, good amount of that olive oil. Let's go ahead and get back to seasoning it. Jay, you gonna help? Yeah, so do that, and we get it all over all 4 sides of each one. The next step, which will be searing this in the pressure cooker. You wanna lick that? Don't lick it, don't do it. All right, so we've got a beautifully seasoned, look at that. Beautifully seasoned pork butt. Butt, he said
Not
butt.
even a butt.
With pork shoulder, it comes from the shoulder of the pig. And this is gonna be delicious, all right. So now we're gonna get this meat sauteing, and we're gonna do it in ours is an insignia. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the saute button, Jay, okay? There, hit the saute, it's 30 minutes is good. Say, click start. Okay, and we're gonna let it heat up for just a second. And while it's heating up, why don't you put some of that oil in there? You put like a couple, like 4, maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons in. That's probably pretty good. Doesn't need to be too much. Can you see that? Well, yeah, perfect. We're gonna go ahead and put some of that in now. It's starting to sizzle a little bit. He's gonna put that in. Just drop it right down there. There you go, touching. And basically what we need to do is brown all sides of each one of these. Turn it sideways. I'm just gonna basically turn these so that all the sides are touching. We wanna get flat parts on the bottom. So all the sides are touching. So we're gonna brown that. And that shouldn't take too long. And we'll come back in just a couple minutes. All right, we're gonna continue turning these. We've got some of the sides browned. Browning the last couple sides. Smells incredible. Okay, so now we're gonna make the sauce. Well, that is browning over there. And JJ is gonna help me here. Ready, Jay? We're gonna do, so we don't have a grainy Dijon mustard. We've got Dijon and we've got spicy brown. This has got more grain in it. So we're gonna do kind of a mixture of the two. You do one and I'll do one. Ready? We're gonna do half a cup. So squirting it in there. Squirting it. Like that to the bottom. There you go. You wanna see it? You gotta go. Without the force. 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 All right. Now we're gonna put a quarter cup, so about half of that. Half that much. Squeeze it. Turn it over. All right, that's about good. Sure. Then we're gonna do a quarter cup of brown sugar, Jay. Quarter cup of brown sugar. Put it all in there. Lock it up. You can always push it in there. There you go. Just put a little bit. It's all right. We'll have the dog lick it up on the ground.
If that can have sugar, why can't I have sugar?
All right, let's do about a teaspoon of garlic powder. A half teaspoon of salt. Oh, that's good, that's good. Cracked black pepper, good amount. We're gonna do 3/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. We have a little left over here. I'll pour this in. 1/4 cup. That is almost 3/4 of the cup. I'm gonna top it off. We're gonna top it in. We're gonna top it a little bit in there so that we got a full 1/4 cup, 3/4 of a cup. And that is a good 3/4 of a cup. We're gonna mix that in there. And then
It looks delicious.
Mix that up. barbecue sauce. So once we're done cooking the pork, then we're gonna put this barbecue sauce on top of that pork. And he even mentioned that this is not gonna be a thick barbecue sauce. It's not a very sweet barbecue sauce. It's a mustard and apple cider vinegar base. So vinegar and JD doesn't like the smell of it. Come here, Jay.
I don't like the smell of it either.
I want you to taste it now. Touch it with your finger. Get his shot of his face. Put it up. Good?
It's actually kind of good.
Yeah, it's actually kind of good. You
Let me
try it.
try. It's kind of spicy.
It's kind of spicy, right? Just a little
Yeah,
bit.
just a little.
But it's barbecue sauce. It's supposed to be a
Yeah,
little
it's really
spicy.
good.
It's that vinegary base that's gonna make it have that and the mustard in it, right? Did we
That's
put mustard in it?
Yeah.
Okay. And this?
Yeah.
We put mustard in the other stuff. Did we put
No, we
mustard in this?
put those two.
Oh, that's right. We put
Two
actual
things
mustard.
in
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so yeah, the mustard base. This is one of my favorite types of sauce. I like this more than most sauces. Oh, that's fantastic. Now we're gonna go over and we're gonna turn the pressure cooker on the pressure cooker. Let's go.
Ooh, that looks good. Hot sauce.
All right, so we didn't have any pre-made chicken broth, so I'm using chicken bouillon cubes. All right, and we're gonna go pour that over here.
Looks good, smells good, sounds good.
In there. Okay, and now we're gonna do the pressure cooking. We have a manual around here somewhere, but I just know I need to turn on the steak, and then I'm gonna push time cook, and I'm gonna go all the way up to 1 hour. Starts at a 30-minute. We're gonna go up to 1 hour, and then we're gonna click start, and we're gonna make sure that this is on, and that it's on the pressure setting. And it's telling us something. Oh, it's not locked. That's locked. That's locked.
It's about to
Turn it on to
explode.
the pressure sensor. Okay, so we're about to make the coleslaw. We got some great cabbage. This is going to be not a KFC style. It's not super mayo-y. It's made with mayo, but it's actually made with Japanese mayo, which is slightly different. And then there's no added water when you make it from scratch. Mayo is actually super easy to make from scratch. So I'm going to actually make it from scratch right now. What we need to do is we're going to use 1 egg yolk, and it's room temperature, so I'm going to crack this. Oh, let it go down. Ah! So this is not an egg at room temperature egg yolk, because I just spilled the room temperature one down the sink. So I'm gonna get rid of the white best I can without spilling the whole egg this time. All right, so I'm gonna put 1 egg yolk in. There we go. Let it warm up to room temperature slightly. All right, so now all we all need to do is add a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. So we got that same Dijon mustard that we had earlier. We use a teaspoon Dijon mustard, 3/4 cup of oil. I'm using Smart Balance oil just because I had it, and I've got oil for the other stuff, so I'm going to add that 3/4 cup in. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Yes, it calls for kosher salt. I'm using sea salt.
It's fine with either one.
All right, so we're going to measure this, and we need one teaspoon of sugar. And I'm going to go a little heaping. Sugar, and then 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. We got some avocado, 1 tablespoon there. All right, and then 1/2 teaspoon of fresh lemon. Use that in there. This goes with 2 teaspoons fresh lemon. We are just going to whisk this all together. Can you see that, Kelly?
Yeah.
We're gonna make this mayo. It's a very thin mayo, and it's actually supposed to be a lot thicker than that. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 1 more yolk.
So why don't you use the egg white?
I don't know. It's just. I mean, you can probably use some of the egg white, but one of the differences between American mayo and Japanese mayo is that they don't use the egg white, they use just the yolk. So I'm gonna put that, and we're gonna try that. It does call for if you're gonna put this in the blender that you need to double everything to make this mayo. And I may have put just a little too much juices in it because it's still pretty thin. Taste it? It's really thin. Maybe too much oil. So I'm not gonna add it. I'm gonna do it wholly this time. This is what happens when you don't follow the recipe exactly. You have to make it work. Well, the cool thing about cooking is everything doesn't always have to be perfect. A little bit off here, a little bit off there. Most of the time, not always, but most of the time, it's not a big deal. And we're not using baking soda or baking powder. Those can change flavors and stuff a lot. And this shouldn't change it too much. So I think, you know, doubling it is fine. And I'm gonna taste that. This is a little thicker. It definitely tastes like a kind of mayo. I think what it was is I put too much oil in it. All right, so I'm just gonna shred this cabbage by hand because I don't have a big enough shredder to do this really easily. And I'm just gonna chop this. I think for what we need, we're only gonna make a half of this cabbage. I'm gonna put that in here. Jay, you wanna come over here, bud? So remember, that mayo wasn't perfect. It did taste pretty good. It just had a little bit of oil. But remember, we're not putting just the mayo in here. It just has a little bit of that mayo. Okay, so we've got our shredded cabbage. We're ready to go there. And now we've made our Japanese mayo, specifically for this part, which is just for the coleslaw. So I'm going to put, he doesn't give a measurement for it. So I'm just gonna do what I think would be the right amount. Now ours is a little thinner, so I did actually end up adding one more egg and some Hellmann's Best mayo to thicken it up. It's definitely a little thicker than it was. The fun thing about cooking is it's not cheating if you change it. It's just changing it up and it'll be different. And you'll find new things that you like. So that should be enough of that mayo. And then we're going to do a little bit of celery salt.
Nice.
And he said a little bit, but he put a lot in, so I'm gonna do a decent amount as well. Celery salt is a great flavoring. And then we're gonna do some cracked black pepper. And he said Cholula, and I love Cholula, and I have Cholula. He said you could use any other kind of sauce, hot sauce if you won't make it too hot. Jada doesn't really like too hot of stuff. And then a little bit of rice wine. Huh?
Put the whole bottle in.
Whole bottle in.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of rice wine vinegar. I'm gonna shake that up. And then use it, put too much in, and that's that. And I'm gonna mix that up, good and mixy. Now I think I used a little more cabbage than he did. So I think what I may do, depending on how this tastes, is I'll adjust it. I'll make it so. I think I put maybe a little too much of the apple cider vinegar in. I've been playing around with it, adding a little bit more of the Japanese mayo and a little bit more mayo into it so that it had a little bit, it's very good, but it's now very wet, so I will have to drain it a little bit. But it was also a very good flavor, but a little maybe overpowering for what we're using it for. And it's got an awesome flavor. It really kind of hits you. It doesn't taste like a very mayo-y coleslaw.
So we need to take a handful of onions, wait till all the buttermilk comes out, and put it in the flour, then mix it around, and then put it in the canola oil.
Yep, and we're gonna turn this heat up a little bit. We had it on really low.
And then you leave it in there for 2 to 3 minutes.
So we wanna get it up to like a low to medium. That's like about a low medium right there. To test the oil, look, stand back just a little bit. We can get a little bit of water on our hands. And if I splash it in there and it pops, it's ready, watch. Oh, no pop. So it's not hot enough. So I'm gonna turn it up to get it up to temperature. Can you hear that? It does that. That means it's ready to start frying. So I'm gonna turn it down a little bit to keep it at temperature, but we don't want to keep it. We don't want this to burn, so we don't want the oil to be too hot.
Burnt oil.
Okay, so Jameson, here, hand me this. I'm gonna let you guys start taking turns doing this. All right, so grab a small hand, like a handful. Okay, drip them off. Let them get kind of, yeah. There you go. Okay, don't shake it too much. Now put it in the flour. Now cover it up and get them all. Yeah, it's gonna clump up. All right, and very carefully grab them all. Very carefully get Remember, don't drop them from very high. Put your hand over, don't touch the pot. Drop them a little lower, lower. Now let go. Ooh. Then we're gonna hit this and we're gonna move them around so they get evenly fried. Killian, you be ready when I'm done with these ones.
Okay.
So we've got these frying and gonna get them golden brown. Nice boiling fry job.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull these out. Ooh, look at those crispy golden. Those are perfect.
I really want to try them.
I'm gonna put them on a plate with a paper towel on it.
Looks like a shrimp tail.
Little paper towel. Good. I'll put them in there. Mix them good. Put the.
Looks so good.
Okay, now make sure you grab all the onions that you just put in there. Shake the. You don't want too much powder on them. There you go. There you go. Okay, now bring them over
Daddy,
here.
can I try one of these?
Go. There you
Whoa,
go.
that looks cool.
Alright, open it.
So now we're opening the pot and we're doing that while we're frying the onions.
And now the steam is on everywhere.
We're venting that so that it gets all opened up, gets all the pressure out. We turned it off. When we open it, we should see pork that pulls apart like it's no one's business. All right, so you have seen us get the pork ready and get it in the pressure cooker. We've made the Japanese mayo. We've marinated and fried the onions, and we made the coleslaw. Now, guess what's ready? The moment
pork.
you've all been waiting for.
Pulled pork.
Pulled pork.
Well, it's
JJ?
not poured yet. It pulled yet.
Okay, Jay, I want you to turn this that way. Pull it up. Ooh. Smell it? Ooh, look at that. Get a good shot of that, Killian. Yeah. That's looking good. Looking good. So what we're gonna do. This pork though, real quick. Look at this, Killian. Can you see the pork?
Yeah.
Watch this. Look at that.
Oh.
Just pulls. Look at this.
That's
It just pulls apart. Look at that. So tender. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put it right over to the bowl. And take out all of our pieces. The delicious, amazing pork. Look at that. It's just falling apart. So oh, look at that. Just so tender. I can't even get it all out. It's oh, look at that. It's just crushing. It's just so tender and juicy and moist. I'll try to get all this pork out. And then we're going to use some of this for some eggs and pork in the morning. So when we make our sandwiches right now, we're not going to mix all this with the barbecue sauce. Just like Sam, the cooking guide, did. I had planned on using some of this for eggs anyways. And he was going to do a pork Benedict. I don't know that I'll do the Benedict because I don't think I have the stuff for the holidays. I might have it. Look at this. You don't even need to fork, pull it. You can just touch it. Look at that.
Is it hot?
It's very hot. And look how easily that pulls apart. Look at that. Just like the video we watched, huh, Jay?
yeah.
I highly recommend, if you didn't get all the information you need from our video, to check out Sam the Cooking Guy. He's got an awesome channel with tons of awesome recipes. I think we'll be doing more. We'll definitely have to give him some credit on this and have him send him a link to it so you can see what we did. And man, we're just... Jay, why don't you grab me a couple of forks? I'm just gonna go finish shredding it like this. Pulling that pork apart. Look at that. Mmm. And we gotta taste this.
With the fork?
Let's taste that. Look at that piece of pork. Where is it? There you go.
I'm gonna taste one.
Oh.
Let me try.
Oh my goodness. For a 1 hour cook time. For 1 hour cook time. I've never had pork that.
Oh.
I mean, that is some phenomenal pork.
This is gonna be the best channel
Oh,
in the world.
You wanna do it, Jay? Hey, Sam, the cooking guy, you said to let the kids do the shredding. I'm letting the kid do the shredding. He's having fun. You get a little video of him doing that. Shred it. You're gonna turn it this way, upside down, and you're just gonna shred it apart like that. There you go. See that part? Yeah, see that? Oh, just get in there, and then you can take it off and get clean forks. Shred. We were hoping 6:30. It took a little bit longer so we could film this and bring this to you on the Jones and Adventure channel. The Jones and Adventure channel, cooking channel. If you like this video, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share it to your friends. Hit the notification button so you can get notified when we have new videos. As we're continuing to get better at shooting videos and planning videos, we'll have more and more frequent content. Hopefully we'll get down to a schedule where we have 1 or 2 videos a week. We're working on that. So let's get our buns taken care of. Get our buns taken care of. Not those buns. Our hamburger buns that we're gonna do this on, and get a couple of these sandwiches plated and get ready to eat.
Yeah.
Be right there. All right, our last step is we're gonna take our pretty normal buns. These are just from Trader Joe's. They're just white hamburger bun. And we're gonna butter them, and we're gonna put them on the grill real quick to get a little crispness on them, warm up the buns a little bit. Get them all on there, move them around. Toasting our buns, aren't we, boys? We toasting our buns, boys. We just want to get a good little golden brown crispiness on them. I'm just using my hands because there's no reason not to. I'm not serving these to anybody but ourselves. My hands are clean. I've washed them multiple times. So we're just going to try and let, see, it's melted the butter, so we're just going to let them, I'm going to turn it all the way up. These aren't going to be on here for too long. Just getting a little golden brownness to them.
Okay.
Just pour a good amount. That's good to start. Now we're gonna start mixing it up. That delicious sauce. All right, grab that bowl. Come on over here.
This one?
Yep. We're going to take the last couple of buns off. They should be nice and toasty by now. Toasty.
Ooh.
Toasty. Toasty. And toasty. All right. We're going to start with some of our beautiful, beautiful, luscious pork. And we got a beautiful home-cooked barbecue slow cook pork with homemade coleslaw, onion straws. Mine's about game. Mine looks like it, and just a little coleslaw on the side. Homemade barbecue sauce. So we're gonna do this. Woo.
Now it's just
Look at that.
smush.
Look at that. That's okay.
Oh, that's
Look at that. Well, there you have it. We're gonna try this and see how it tastes. You guys dig in and tell me what you think. We're all gonna take a bite here. See how this amazing sandwich. Wow. I mean, is that worth all the effort?
Yeah. No words can
All the
describe
screaming and the yelling?
what, Killian?
it. No words can describe it.
I mean, phenomenal. With the crunchiness, with the slaw and the crispiness of the onion straws. Pork's fantastic. The sauce is perfect. Thanks for joining us on Jonesin'. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button. Killian, JJ, and Daddy out. And we'll see you next time. Keep on Jonesin' for more.